Okay, so for number 12, guys, if you see anything that looks like this where you have limits and you have more than two variables, they are probably referring to the limit definition of a derivative. So before I kind of look at this, if you remember the limit definition of the derivative, and this is where we had to learn derivatives the long way, which you probably won't have to do. Well, you definitely won't have to do it this year on the test. But you're going to have to know the form. So the way it looks is it says the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x over h. That's what the limit definition of the derivative is. So that's what we have here. The limit as h approaches 0, arc sine of a plus h, so they're just using an a instead of an x, minus arc sine of a over h. So this part right here is your f of x plus h, minus this is your f of x. Okay, we really just need the f of x, so we really just need this part right here. So my f of x is arc sine of a. Okay, because it's the limit definition of the derivative, that means it wants us to find the derivative. Okay, so you might have to look at your derivative sheet. You will need to know this. This year might not be that big a deal because you're not on multiple choice. But if you look at your derivative sheet for the derivative of arc sine, it's 1 over the square root of 1 minus, and then normally it says x squared, but we have an a here, so it's going to be a squared. So that's the derivative of arc sine of a. Now, it does tell you up here that this is supposed to be equal to 2. So we want to set these two things equal so we can solve for a. So if you cross multiply, and the goal is to solve for a, so I'm going to divide by 2. To get rid of that square root, I'm going to square both sides. So we'll have 1/4 equals 1 minus a squared. Then I'm going to subtract that 1 over. I'm going to just go ahead and mark out these negatives. So then I would just need to take the square root to get rid of the square. So we're going to end up with the square root of 3 over 2 is equal to a, which was answer choice B.